to Gear Up, a Marnie on the Move podcast production. I am Marnie Salop, your host, and I am here reviewing, recommending, talking about gear, products, shoes, all kinds of things from the worlds of running, triathlon, cycling, and wellness. I am a recreational runner, an age group triathlete, a passionate cyclist, and a wellness biohacker. I've done over 25 half marathons, over 15 70.3s, of which I will be adding 2 more 70.3s this summer. And I've also done 1 marathon. I've got the New York City Marathon 2024 coming up in November, and I've done a few centuries. I'm typically a middle of the pack athlete. I'm really just out there having fun. Sometimes I compete with myself. Every now and then I try to boost my speed, but really it's all about adventure for me. It's all about having fun, and I'm a total gearhead. I love gadgets, gear, technology, all those things. Today on Gear Up, I'm talking about the Form 2 swim goggles. These are gonna change your life. I have the first iteration of these, the Form 1 goggles, and the founder of Form, Dan Eisenhart, was on the podcast back in 2022 on episode 223. So you may want to listen to that. Also, I just interviewed him a couple weeks ago for another episode on the new goggles and all the cool features that are seriously game-changing. Dan is a former competitive swimmer for 14 years. He's an entrepreneur, a founder, and he's still swimming when he can. These smart swim goggles are revolutionary. Full disclosure, Form did send me these goggles to review. They sent them to me to try so I could have a conversation with Dan about this new product, but also I told them I was gonna review the goggles for our YouTube channel. And they are not paying me for this review, nor have they seen it. So you are getting the inside scoop first. My personal opinion, some tech specs, and what I like and maybe don't like about these goggles. But all in, they're pretty awesome. I'm just gonna say, before we dive in, my favorite feature about these Form 2 swim goggles is that you can get your heart rate in real time while you're swimming. So you can really dial into your heart rate zones, improve your hundreds, improve your 50s, boost your speed, and also dial it back. So I'm really excited about this feature. It's been a real game changer for me, and especially when I analyze my swims and analyze what my stroke is compared to my heart rate and all those fun things. I have been swimming in these goggles now for a couple weeks, and I still have barely touched the surface of all the cool things that they can do. Built to perform, Smart Swim 2 goggles feature an augmented reality display with real-time metrics, the integrated heart rate monitor, which I mentioned, extended strap mounts for added stability, a super sleek design with 15% reduction in tech pack size from the original ones, upgraded eye seals for increased comfort. The goggles and the app have built-in workouts that you can download and use for your swim session, or it syncs up with your existing workouts, which you may have in Training Peaks, or you can build your own workout. Program it into the app and the goggles, and off you go to the pool. I'll get into the weeds on all the technical terms and details a little bit later. For now, the idea that you can see your heart rate while you're swimming just up in the corner of your eye is incredible. Essentially, the goggles have a little spot on them where they connect to your temple area and read your heart rate. The other feature that I really love, although clearly I'm obsessed with the heart rate, is the Swim Straight, which I haven't really used because that's an open water feature. So these goggles are great for the pool and helping you with technique and form and just training in general, but also great for open water because this Swim Straight feature allows you to see if you're swimming in a straight line, which for me, I think normally I do, but I would say that after every triathlon and race that I've ever done, if the swim is 2,000 meters, I've definitely gone like 2,300. Usually it's me swimming from buoy to buoy, but hey, I think this will be a huge advantage. One thing I will say about the goggles, and this is, I think, with any goggles, is you really have to spend time getting to know them. You have to spend time adjusting the straps and swimming, adjusting the nose bridge and swimming, and that's just like a general thing when you have goggles. But the Form 2 goggles take it to a new level because there's just so many features, from the heart rate to the on button to the front button to getting used to seeing a screen up close in your eye while you're standing in the pool. All of those things are a big learning curve, and I think that's challenging if you don't have patience or time, neither of which I have, as you know. But I will say that since I've spent the time and made an effort and really got into it, I love these goggles. Again, it comes with so many parts and features and things that it's nearly impossible for them not to work for you. Even now, today, as I record this review, I continue to learn something new about these goggles every time because there's only so much time you could spend in the pool. One thing I will say was my first few swims, my form was so awful because it was just really weird to get used to seeing like the screen in my eye and also being in the pool, seeing other people in the lane, and also seeing the water. But I feel like that's one of those things that takes time to get used to. All right, let's dive into the tech specs because there's no way I could even begin to tell you how awesome these goggles are. And again, they're not paying me. Seriously, they're amazing. All right, let's get into tech specs. First off, because you may be wondering, these goggles retail for $249, and they come with a free 2-month subscription. And then after that, the premium features, which I'm going to talk about next, cost $825 a month. So some of the premium features are head coach, an in-goggle visual coaching coupled with comprehensive in-app analysis and educational content. Swim straight, I mentioned this. A compass in your goggles for open water swimming. They come with 1,500 plus workouts with instructions that pop up in your goggles while you're in the pool. Also, it knows when you're resting and when you're swimming. You can put your pool length in, so if it's 25 meters, 50 meters if you're lucky, you know what I mean. Workout builder. You can create your own workouts. You don't need to use any of the workouts that come with the Form goggles. There are 45 plus training plans for beginner training to Ironman. So there's a plan for you in here. If you don't have a coach and you want to download a plan, Form has it. Training Peaks integration is awesome. You can import your workouts from your Training Peaks, from your coach, if you have a coach, into the goggles, which is what I've been doing. Also, you can cancel the premium at any time and you'll still have access to all the real-time metrics in your goggles and all the post-data swim in your app. Here's how it works. Smart Swim 2 features advanced machine learning algorithms and powerful sensors to give you the data and tracking you need to improve. As I mentioned, it has a built-in heart rate monitor. There are motion sensors in these goggles for stroke detection, head turn detection, automatic. You don't have to push anything. You just swim and the goggles do the work. The goggles have automatic syncing, so your workouts will automatically download into the Form app. The Form goggles have a 14-hour battery life. This is amazing because you don't have to charge them every time you get back from the pool. You can kind of keep them in your swim bag and maybe check in and see if there's still a charge after a few swims. Also, all the workouts that you do seamlessly sync to Strava, to Training Peaks, to TriDot, to your Apple Watch, to Final Surge, you name it, all the apps. And another great feature is that you can look at your heart rate and your stroke rate and your distance through your Garmin, through the Form app, or through your Apple Health and really do a deep dive analyzing the data post-swim. As I mentioned, you gotta fit these goggles, like any goggles, but these are a little bit extra. Oh, and they're not heavy. Like you would think they would be heavy. I mean, look, they're not as light as the lightest goggles, but they're kind of average as far as goggles go. But anyway, yeah, it comes with 5 different nose bridges. The lenses are mirrored for both indoor and outdoor use. They have an anti-fog coating on the lens. And yeah, generally, they're pretty awesome. They come with everything you need to get in the pool. But like I said, it takes a minute to catch up. I gotta say, if you haven't already heard it and I haven't repeated it 1,000 times, I am a big fan. And I will be using these goggles moving forward in the pool, setting some new heart rate zones. I already see I've gotten 7 seconds faster on my hundreds. So huge gains over here. Listen, if you like what you see, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and leave a comment. If you have these Form goggles, let me know what you think. Hit me up on email, DM, Instagram, wherever. All right, see you on the next Gear Up.